Okay, so we've got a Dodge Ram 1500. This is a 2020 model, DS Ram, and I'm going to show you how to get your fuel pump pumping fuel out when you don't want to be starting the car up. As in something like putting the wrong fuel inside the car, which is happening in this case if you have multiple vehicles like I do. Diesels and gas or petrol. This is in Australia here, so yeah, the mistake has been made. I dropped 9 liters of diesel into the tank, and I've topped it with 80 liters of petrol, but then realized probably need to be draining the tank. It's an anti-siphon device on the tank, so you can't get a hose or jiggle hose into there to drain it. So what you must do is hook up and get your fuel pump motor running. Pump your fuel out. There's your fuel rail there, and that's your connection. So you undo that connection there. It's just you'll work it out, pretty self-explanatory. Pull that off. You obviously put it in a bucket or a hose, drain it into some kind of containers which are approved, such as those. Now what we want to do here is we need to kind of short out the system. Don't have the ignition on, obviously, and we're going to pull this 30 amp fuse right here, and that's number 70 on the panel. Let's see if we can focus on that. Yeah, F70 is right there. Come over to here. F70 is the fuel pump motor. 30 amp fuse. So that's your 30 amp right here. It's your fuel pump motor. What we need to do, we need to short that out. So, fuse puller here. Get that old guy out of the way. Now, a piece of wire as such. Simple. Just cut a chunk of wire out. We're going to put the 1/2 into. And get a tester light to see which side's alive on this. So that's where we pulled the fuse at. Just going to straighten this wire out a bit. So we're going to put that on the, looking at it from the passenger side, that's going to be on the right side. So you see in there, we don't want to go on this side, we want to go on the right side. So we get that and jam that down in there. Make sure it's secure. Twist that, push it in there. Other end, we're just going to go to the ground post. So once that's in there, you touch that on and your fuel pump's going to start pumping fuel out. So like I said, if you got contaminated fuel, wrong fuel, whatever it is, that's how you're going to kick your fuel pump into action. And every time you touch that on there, tap tap. I'm not going to do it now because it's already hooked up to the fuel rail and it can play with the computer. So when I did that, I had no problems with the computer. Ignition was off, obviously. I actually also took off the 2 exhausts behind the muffler, which means it deleted the catalytic converters, because if there's any leftover contamination, it can clog up your catalytic converters, which can cause issues and expense. I don't know, I was looking at a lot of different stuff that had a lot of different answers on it about, you know, it's fine to run it, it's not, it's going to screw this up, it's going to do that. I figured at the end of the day it could be a pretty expensive fix, so yeah, dropped out 80 liters of fuel. There's probably maybe 1% diesel left in the car. Then I topped it up again with more gas. So running fine. The computer's not showing any fault codes even with the catalytic converters off. So that's kind of surprising. So yeah, couldn't find anything on YouTube that showed how to find the fuse and short it out to get the fuel pump working. So there it is, 30 amp, number 70. This is an Australian brought in Ram, so I'm sure the fuse box is the same. Again, F70, which is fuel pump motor. That's how you short it out.